No shortage of dramatic headlines over the hazy holidays, maybe. Well, President Trump finally signed that COVID relief package in a last-second cliffhanger after bringing the country to the brink of a government shutdown. So let's get caught up on all things politics. Who better than ABC News political director Rick Klein? Rick, so good to see you. Okay, he criticized it, threatened not to sign the relief bill, President Trump did, finally did sign it. So, okay, we can't just all move on. There are still some fallout and maybe some political ramifications of this. What are they?
Yeah, TJ, this was the weirdest kind of political fight in Washington because it was essentially the president fighting with himself. He helped negotiate this bill through his team. Republicans voted for it. Everyone assumed everything was home clear for the holidays. And then suddenly he started making noises about vetoing it, called the bill a disaster, a disgrace, and then left people hanging. Ultimately, we don't have a government shutdown. Those unemployment benefits that have now been extended are probably going to be delayed a little bit. People aren't going to get their checks in all likelihood this week, so they are going to miss out on a check over the holidays. Those stimulus checks of $600 for individuals, they're going to take a little while to get through processing. So maybe no harm, no foul ultimately. But I'll tell you, there are a lot of political repercussions because one dynamic that we've been watching is, at what point do Republicans start to break with President Trump? In this case, President Trump broke with Republicans before they could even return any kind of favor like that. So it has sowed a lot of discord, a lot of disunity inside the Republican Party. Broadly speaking, though, I think both Republicans and Democrats are hoping signing this bill suggests, if not quite normalcy over the balance of the Trump presidency, at least some semblance of sanity, because there was no reason for this bill to be held up.
Semblance of sanity. Come on, you're our political director. You know better than to ask for a semblance of sanity, Rick.
Low bar.
Let's move on here. A lot of people, there was so much talk after the election and so much focus on Georgia, those two Senate races that are going to take place. Now they're right around the corner. Here we come. So what does it look like? Are Democrats going to be able to pull this off in Georgia?
Yeah, TJ, the conventional wisdom on this has shifted a few times. And President Trump's going to be there on the eve of the voting next Monday. Those senators know that their fate is tied to President Trump's political standing. And the conventional wisdom has been from the beginning that Democrats don't win in runoffs, that these are lower turnout affairs, that Republicans tend to be more motivated. But keep in mind a couple of factors, TJ. One is Joe Biden won the state, as has been affirmed by multiple recounts. And despite what the president says, Biden won. So there is a Democratic base there. The second big factor is that all of this talk about a rigged election, the president's false claims, even some on his legal team suggesting that Republicans should boycott this election, it has hurt the Republican Party in Georgia. It has motivated Democrats. We're seeing record turnout for this kind of a runoff election. And get a load of this number. Both of the Democratic candidates have raised more than $100 million just in the last quarter of the year. That's an astounding number, and it shows that they are going to be competitive and then some, and it's just one of those pure turnout races. Can the Democratic base beat back what is traditionally a more loyal voting base of Republicans?
All right, let's turn now to what seems weird to have to keep saying it, but Biden won the election. The Electoral College has confirmed that, and now it's Congress's turn on January 6th, I do believe. Now, this is not something normally that we would sit down, pay a whole lot of attention to. It's supposed to just be a formality in a lot of ways, but we all know this is different. What do we expect? Do we expect some fireworks?
Well, this is wild. If you check your Constitution, all you need is one House member and one senator to object to an election result to force debate in the House and the Senate. Now, that doesn't mean that you can overturn the election results. And no one thinks that Republicans have the votes. They obviously don't even control the House. They may not control the Senate either. So it's not going to go anywhere. But fireworks, yeah, there are plenty of Trump loyalists in the House and most likely a few in the Senate who are willing to stand up and say, you know what, I don't trust this election, and at least force the charade of a debate over it. It will be dispatched of. The Electoral College has already voted. This will just be to certify those results. There's no precedent for Congress overturning, and there's no real likelihood of that, no danger of that. Once again, Joe Biden will have won, Donald Trump will have lost, but it's going to be quite a week next week between that runoff election and then this showdown on the House and Senate floor.
And that's why you have that grin on your face. You're looking forward to it. This is what you do, Rick Klein, our ABC
Bring it on.
political director. My man, good to see you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here on GMA3. We'll see you again soon, all right?
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.